What's up guys, we are back in the gym for a push day. We have two push days. One is going to be delt focused and the other is going to be chest focused. This is a delt focused workout. In this workout what we did is we always start with our compound lift, which is today an overhead press using dumbbells. As you can see, we're doing it from a seated position. So it's worth noting, before we do all this, we've already done basic pre-workout mobility stuff. So we usually will warm up our rotator cuffs and do some banded overhead stretches. Show that in another video what we do, but just so you know, we haven't just gone in, picked up some dumbbells, started lifting. So already we've done some light sets. Generally we try to do the most of our warm-ups with basically just warming up through the movements that we're going to do. So here you can see this is my top set. I think I reached a set of 8, and sometimes what we'll do is, if I don't hit, like, I don't know, on the higher end of the rep range, which for me is going to be 10 to 12. I usually, to be fair, don't go above 10 on this type of movement. It kind of varies workout to workout. But as you can see here, yes, I did hit 8 reps. And following this, I did actually do another set. I think I picked up the 37s. I just did a nice clean set of, I think, around 8 again. It would have been slightly more controlled form and just feeling the muscles working. We then moved on to chest flies, which, despite it being a delt focused push day, we do have one chest exercise which we like to include. We haven't been doing any sort of chest fly on our chest focused push day, so we include it today. We tend to like to do our press first on shoulder day and follow it up with our chest fly, just I guess it's because it's just a nice pump. It's just the order we've been doing it, and for the time being it's worked quite well, but we probably will change this up. So again, we just warmed up with the movement. We don't need to go and do any sort of, I guess, 3 chest warm-ups. We'll go straight into the movement. If anything needed warming, it would have been the shoulders and rotator cuffs, which we've already done. So again, you've just seen Dave do his working set. He did a light set first. I think we actually did 1 to 2. I can't remember. I think two light sets. And then yeah, again, we work with 7 to 10 rep range. If we were on the lower rep range, we'd probably do another set and drop the weight. But in this case, I think we both at least hit the 8, so there's no need to go and do another set. But again, for me personally, I find it quite hard to, I guess, connect with the pecs. It's quite it's been a weak point for me, my chest. So now I'm really focused on just squeezing these pecs, getting a really strong contraction rather than just going through the motions. And you need to apply that to every muscle group, really. It's not just the chest. So again, now you can see we moved back to delts. We're now using cuffs to do lateral raises on the cable. We really like doing cuffs purely because as soon as you start getting strong, or basically stronger than average, it does start to take a bit, well, as soon as you start getting stronger than average on a dumbbell lateral raise exercise, it does take a bit of a toll on your wrists, and it's kind of hard to keep your form when you're worried about your wrist caving in and obviously hurting. So if you stick these cuffs on, these are 1MRs, they're probably the most comfortable ones we've used. I have used ones that have been in just gyms already, but these ones are just a bit more comfortable. I don't feel them rubbing against the skin, so it's a lot easier to just focus on doing the exercise, just trying to get these delts pumped, rather than just like avoiding the pain basically, which is pretty annoying. So again, with this, we're going to work again with the same rep range, 7 to 10. We kind of both got to a point where we plateaued a little bit here. We've hit a weight on here where we're struggling to surpass it. So I'm trying to think of a way to maybe get past. Maybe we need to, I don't know, drop the weight a little bit, just by 1 pin next week. Do maybe an extra amount of reps. Maybe we work with 12 reps, go above our usual rep range just in this instance. And then hopefully once we get comfortable doing 12 reps, we go back that 1 pin down and we can work back up. But again, training is so individual, you can't just keep one method. It kind of changes from individual to individual. And as long as you know you're getting stronger week in, week out, your muscles have to grow. So just basically keep being consistent. Keep a program that you're enjoying. Work hard at basically keeping your logbook numbers going up if you can. As soon as you notice any sort of regression, you probably need a deload. And yeah, just take a bit of a step back in the following week and just drop your weights a little bit, increase your rep ranges, and then hopefully, in theory, the week after you should come back feeling a bit fresher. So just to remind again as well, when it comes to the number of sets we're going to use, it kind of depends on how well your work set goes. So we basically try not to do more than 2 sets. If we get one good set where we hit the right amount of reps we want, which is more often than not going to be at least 8, we don't always do that second set unless we're just like, I don't know, blasting with energy and we just need to let it out. Do another set, get it out. But then that second set, you always really want to focus on those muscles contracting hard. Keep it really controlled. You want to take that momentum out and just make the muscles work. So here we're now moved on to another lateral raise, but this time we're doing it seated, and we've just put the bench on a really high incline. When you lean forwards, it kind of lines the delts up in a better angle to just isolate easier. I don't really find any stress on the joints doing it this way. I can really focus on just lifting those dumbbells up, getting a nice contraction on those delts. And yeah, it's nice to be able to, if you find an exercise where you don't ever have to worry about your joints and stuff hurting, that's what you want. You want something that's just comfortable so that you can just focus on lifting, keeping that technique as spot on as you can, injury free. So obviously again, like I said already, your numbers go up, your muscles have to grow. What I also like about this exercise is because it's seated and you are kind of leaning against this bench, you can get a very slight amount of momentum, but it's pretty hard to build up momentum to cheat yourself. So in most cases you haven't really cheated. Every reps, as long as you get the dumbbell to the right height, is going to be a good rep. And again, it's just keeping that tension on the muscle that way. So basically, yeah, it's a good exercise for that reason. It's safe on the joints, takes momentum out, and we ain't got a point to prove here in terms of strength. We've already done heavy work by using the cables. So at this point, I'm really just going for control, trying to get a nice pump and just basically finish off the side downs. That's it. We finish up with triceps. We are just going to do some dumbbell tricep extensions here. I haven't shown you the warm up, but again, because you've done pressing, to be honest, the upper body's already warm. I would have done a light, maybe I think I usually do 2 light work sets before doing the working set. It's just warming up with the movement. I never go into any movement without warming up, to be honest. That is just me, and it is probably overkill sometimes, but I'm just trying to stay injury free and I'm trying to keep these numbers going up. And again, simple as that. Keep your numbers going up by staying injury free and being consistent. And yeah, so here you can see we've done quite well anyway with the triceps at the end of the workout, doing 20Ks on the dumbbell skull crushers. We like this exercise just because it's quite safe to perform. If you ever pick up a weight and it's too heavy, you'll find out soon enough, just because you won't be able to do the rep, and you can quite easily just drop it, even if it is just behind your head. As long as no one stood behind you, the worst that's going to happen is the dumbbells are just going to bounce on the floor, and you're not going to hurt yourself. You can just quickly put them down. So that's why we like that. Now we are finished up with some tricep dips. I'm calling them tricep dips because you can make dips favor whatever muscles you fancy. Most, well, I say whatever. Mostly it's going to be between the pecs and the triceps. But in this case, we're trying to isolate the triceps as much as possible. We love this machine because this is actually an assisted pull-up / dips machine. And you just rest your feet on this kind of flip out handle that pops out. And then you've got a pin in front of you which you can just move up and down the stack. So it's nice to just kind of build up again. Like I said, I warm up in every exercise. I don't really care how warm I am. It's not always even to do with injury prevention. Sometimes it's just building that mind muscle connection as I build up, so that I know which muscles should be feeling it, and obviously when it's lighter it's easier to focus on that. And here, like I said, we're actually at the end of the workout. We're pretty tired anyway, not going to need a weight to hang off ourselves. So what we end up doing is really just building up the stack with the assistants, and then just work our way up to having no weight and just go for as many reps as we can, which I don't normally get above 12. It seems to be my plateau. I can't speak for Dave at the moment, but he's probably going to be similar. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Once we finish these tricep dips, we are usually out of here. If I've got some spare energy, I'll probably chuck some abs on the end, but I will be honest, I'm pretty lazy. But yeah, we also enjoy, sometimes if we've got the time, just jumping on the treadmill, just following that with a 15-minute walk, just to increase the step count for the day. That concludes this workout. If you like this video, please like it and also subscribe to our YouTube channel.